Most people are familiar with the term power of attorney, but probably less so with an enduring power of attorney. So I've invited Owen Casey of Dillon Solicitors in Rathfarnham in to discuss what an enduring power of attorney is and how important it is to make one. You're very welcome, Owen.
Thanks very much, Sybil.
I have to admit, I had never heard of an enduring power of attorney. What exactly does it mean?
So an enduring power of attorney is a legal document whereby you appoint somebody to take control of your personal and financial affairs in the event, if you're unfortunate enough, that you lose mental capacity, such as through a stroke or if you're diagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's. And
what or who can the attorney be?
So the attorney is the person who's going to step in and look after your financial and personal affairs if you've lost mental capacity. So the enduring power of attorney doesn't come into play or into force until that point happens. In terms of appointing an attorney, you can appoint one or more than one, and you can also build in restrictions in the enduring power of attorney whereby your attorney, for example, has to consult with certain family members in making certain decisions on your behalf. And also you can appoint an alternate attorney to step in if the originally appointed attorney dies or is otherwise unwilling to act or doesn't act.
And then what type of powers, could you give the attorney?
So generally speaking, there's two broad types of enduring power of attorney. There's a general enduring power of attorney whereby you give the attorney the power to deal with all of your financial affairs, dealing with your bank accounts, your money, your property, and also you can provide that the attorney be able to make personal care decisions on your behalf. So that would mean such things as where you live, who you get to see, your diet, etc. On the other hand, you can make a restricted power of attorney and you can restrict it in whatever way you want. For example, you could build in power into the enduring power of attorney that the attorney you appoint is not entitled to sell your house, for example. So there's various restrictions you can put in.
And you have to notify anybody that you've appointed somebody?
Yes, part of the formalities of creating the document are that you have to notify two people that you've made the enduring power of attorney. One of those has to be a family member, and the family member of certain relation, depending on who you have surviving you at that point. It's set out under the legislation as to who you need to notify.
And are there any other formalities involved in doing it?
You do have to have legal advice on it because the solicitor has to sign off and having explained it to you and ensure that you didn't execute the enduring power through undue influence or duress. The other key formality is that your GP has to certify that at the time you made the enduring power of attorney you had the requisite mental capacity to make one.
What happens then when the person who's created the enduring power of attorney loses their mental capacity?
So yeah, at that point the attorney is to step in and needs to register the enduring power of attorney with the Registrar of Wards of Court, and from that point onwards it's in force.
What happens if you don't appoint an enduring power of attorney in like that?
So if you don't have an enduring power of attorney in place, then you are what's termed a ward of court at the point you lose mental capacity. And if that happens, somebody has to apply to the Registrar of Wards of Court every time a decision is to be made on your behalf. So it can be more burdensome and costly and delayed to deal with your affairs. So ultimately the key advantage of having an enduring power of attorney is that you've got the peace of mind that somebody of your choosing is going to step in and deal with your affairs if you're in the unfortunate situation where you lose mental capacity, and we can advise you on that here at Dillon Solicitors.
Okay, well, Owen Casey, thanks for that advice.
Thank you.